Episode 3536. Are you playing not to lose?
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're ready for a brand new week. Yes, it's Mindset Monday, and you have got to be ready to go after your dreams. Are you ready, or are you playing not to lose? For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com, where you can learn more and to sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. You know, sometimes we play small so we don't have to play big. Fear holds us back and becomes our daily heartbeat. Are you playing not to lose? Because if you are, you just might be leaving behind your dreams, what you thought you really were going after all along. You might be burying the hope that God desires for your life, but you don't see it at that time. You don't see it the same. You're like, no, it doesn't look like that. You rise in the morning to prove that your way is the only way. Your persistence is directed at people instead of looking at it from a team perspective with people. Are you holding yourself back in life without even realizing it? Are you settling for less than you deserve because you're afraid to chase your dreams? Are you one who's saying, you know what, it's the kids, or it's the dinner dishes and dogs, or it's the spouse, or it's the finances, or it's just, what is it? Fill in the blank. All your excuses, is that what you're settling for? Now, you know I love football. And this past weekend, oh yes, it was a great weekend for college ball, let me tell you. And NFL, I'm sure it was a great one too, but we're not there yet at the time of this recording. So more importantly though, the stories that come with the players, that's why I really love football. I mean, I love the game of it, but I love learning about the individual players. Well, did you know, let me give you a stat here. Did you know that only 0.023%, you heard me right, 0.02 of high school football players make it in the NFL? That means about 1.6% of NCAA football players make it to the NFL. In other words, it's a rarity. It doesn't happen to everybody. Yet how many of us have had that dream of playing in the NFL? Okay, maybe not me, maybe not you, but maybe you know someone who's been a football player and said, wouldn't it be great even just to get to collegiate football? But to the NFL? Well, I don't know if you heard, but there was an incredible game on. Oh, yes, it was Georgia versus Alabama. And when I was watching them play 2 nights ago, you could tell who was ready and who was sitting back in their comfort chair. They were just sitting back on the sidelines going, yep, it's not going to be a big deal. We got this game wrapped up. At halftime, guess what the score was? 30-7. Alabama. Yes, Alabama was leading. It was number 2 Georgia versus number 4 Alabama. Who would have thought? But you see, the Alabama players were willing to go the extra mile. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. You got to go the extra mile. M-I-L-E. You have got to put in what you want to get out of the game of life. You can't be sitting on the sidelines, because if so, you're going to get the leftovers. You're going to have to give up a few or most of your dreams if that's what you're going to do. But if you really want your dreams to come true, if you have this deep burning desire within you, or even this just flicker of flame that's saying, yeah, you should be doing this. Like, you know, it's your purpose, but something's still holding you back. If you're there, you got to go the extra mile in life. You've got to be ready to say, I'm ready to stand up. I'm ready to borrow confidence from Christiane, even though I may not know what I'm doing. I'm ready to go because I know that God knows that I'm supposed to do this. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm going to put one foot in front of the other and I'm going to do the next thing. So what does it mean to go the extra mile in real life? M-I-L-E. Well, obviously the M is your mindset. Shift your thoughts towards positivity and possibility. Believe in yourself and your capabilities. It's not probability, it's positivity and possibility. Your mindset is the foundation of your success, however you define that. So choose thoughts that empower you to reach your full potential, your possibility. How can you reach your dream if you don't have a dream? Kind of hard to, right? So you got to dream. Give yourself that space and permission to dream. How can you get through the craziness if you don't have the recipe of possibility? I love what my good friend and mentor said. What does this make possible? Some people would look at Hurricane Helene and, oh, she was destructive and have left people unfortunately dead. Know that we are praying for those families. That is horrific. It's a devastation that no one has to go through or should have to go through. But we don't control the weather. And it's one of those things that when we look at what happens, what if we were to take it from my good friend and mentor, Dan Miller? What does this make possible? What does this storm in your life make possible? How can you look at it differently? How can you see the possibilities instead of the probabilities? How can you see the positive versus the negative? The glass half full, not half empty. It's all about your mindset. What about I? Intention. Take intentional actions toward your goals. Set clear objectives and work towards them with determination. Remember that next step, one step at a time, leads to miles of greatness. Well, I don't know if you were watching the game, but here we go. Hang in there because it's exciting. During the first half of that football game, Georgia versus Alabama, there was a player wearing number 2 on offense. It was Williams. Did you know he's a 17-year-old playing in his first night televised SEC game? No pressure at all. None. But what you didn't know was that he started on team 3 at practices. He came on to Alabama and he was at team 3. The quarterback, Milroe of Alabama, though, started to notice him and talk to the coaches like, this guy's got something. Over weeks of hard, intentional practice, work, day in and day out, number 2 became part of team number 1. Pretty incredible. But you see, Williams, number 2, had the intention. He knew what he was going after, and he was willing to do what it took to get to the next level. He didn't want to stick there at team 3 or team 2. He said, no, I'm going for team 1, and I'm number 2. What is it for you? Are you looking at trying to find that gem in the middle of a total disaster right now? That needle in a haystack? Years ago, I lost my engagement ring diamond. It fell out. I have no idea. My son, our number 2 of 5, was getting ready for something, and he wanted me to fix his tie and his neck where the collar was and everything. And so I reached to do it and I literally panicked. I just yelled. I was like, where's my diamond? I think sometimes we want things so easy that we just want to say, well, here it is. Sometimes you have to work at it. Sometimes you have to go and get another diamond. For me, I never found my diamond. To this day, I'm somewhat crushed by it. I have no idea where in the house it could be. We've since moved and left that area. So maybe one of these days someone will find the diamond in the rough. But I bet you if someone does, they will have had to work really hard to get there. Mindset, intention, L, lifestyle. Cultivate a winning attitude in every aspect of your life. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. My friend, your lifestyle is a reflection of your mindset. For every setback, you have the opportunity for a comeback. So choose habits that align with your vision for success, however you define that. So let me ask you this. Are you living the life that can lead to your dreams? Or are you settling? Or maybe, in fact, you're just not dreaming at all. Maybe your restless sleep is just that. You don't even know who you are. You look at the mirror and you're like, oh, there's those wrinkles and I'm sagging here and I'm getting bulky here and man, nothing fits right. But when you stop long enough to really think about it, nothing's been fitting right with your heart for a long time. Go the extra mile. How And what are you doing in creating and cultivating a lifestyle that you desire? And I'm not saying that you can't, do it with your family, right? You got to include them. If you're a mom, well, you got kids, you have responsibilities. If you're married, well, then two now, right? One become two. So you got to be on the same page. And I know it's hard. But if you really want it, there's a way to go after it. But you've got to be willing to live a life that can lead to your dreams, making decisions that say, this is what we're going after. But a lot of times we just live life and try to fit our dreams into our life. Honestly, that's a little backwards. Well, with Miles, right, we got to have the E, energy. Show up with positive energy and enthusiasm. Your presence and attitude can impact your outcomes significantly. Radiate confidence and passion in everything you do. Oh, my friend, your energy is contagious, whether it's lacking or not. And so is your presence. Be a light that inspires others to shine. Don't just sit on the back burner going, well, maybe one of these days. If that's your attitude, what do you think you're passing on to your children? And if you don't have children, what attitude are you throwing out there into the world? The world that you impact, the world that you touch. Well, let's go back to Georgia versus Alabama. At halftime, there was no doubt that Alabama was going to win. There was no doubt, right? Remember, it was 30-7 Alabama. Who would have thought? However, Beck, number 15, the Georgia quarterback, he threw 3 consecutive touchdowns coming back from halftime to put the Georgia Bulldogs ahead 34-33. What? How could this be? Drop the mic. What? Where was the team that fought so hard during the first half? Where in the world was Alabama? Well, all it took was a little determination and energy for Milroe, who was Alabama's quarterback, to throw the 75-yard pass to none other than number 2 Williams. Remember? The 17-year-old who was on Team 3, who worked his darndest to go the extra mile to get to Team 1. Going for it, they went for 2, and it was now 41-34 Alabama. You see, the intensity of the charge down the field grew, putting pressure on all 22 players out there. Georgia had the ball. Beck was holding it tight, ready to go, throwing it up into the end zone only for it to be intercepted by number 2 on Alabama's defense, Brown, a true freshman. If you want to go see the end of that game, the last 2 minutes and change, I've got the link in the show notes for you. It is incredible. Whether you like football or not, it is incredible. The talent of these 2 men. Yes, it took 10 other players, right, involved on each team, so 22 players in all. But do you think Williams or Brown ever second-guessed themselves? Of course they did. I'm sure there were many, many nights after practice they kicked their way to their car or to their bike going, I have put in so much sweat equity and the coach doesn't even notice me. But you know what? They were always willing to go the extra mile. And 2 nights ago, they got to celebrate because their skills, their habits, their thoughts, their actions, all of it paid off because they went the extra mile. Alabama won, by the way, 41-34. My friend, it's time to stop playing it safe and start playing full out. Go the extra mile, M-I-L-E, and transform your life. Transform your heart. Life is a journey meant to be well lived, not watched from the sidelines. So get in the game and play to win. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.